What are we talking about?
Well, what's going to be the structure when we do this with people?
I think we've got to figure this all out. This is a process, isn't it? It's not like we're going to be going. I don't think we're going to nail it straight away. I think we've got to kind of take it a step at a time. Obviously, this isn't even going to be where we film it every week.
No. So when we think about it, like, we're going to want an intro every week, aren't we? So are we going to sort of, although, again, is there an element of not actually having to, I suppose, the beginning, you've said we're not going to have a
opening credit.
Opening
Is that
credit
what you mean
thing.
by intro?
Almost. I know we're not having any credits, but almost what's coming up.
Yeah, I like a spoken intro, that hook, kind of get people drawn
But ultimately, you've got to do that at the end.
Yeah, so
because we don't know what's going to happen.
I think we've got to try and take notes during the show, which it's just me and you, so maybe it can be a little bit difficult doing that at times. But we talk about the key elements of what we're going to include in each thing. So, I mean, we haven't really thought about how we're going to get this up and running fully. We just know that we want to do a podcast because we want to share our story. We want to be able to interact with people more often. We want to show us off a bit more and be a bit more visible. And sometimes our own timing for content, because we're working so hard on everything else, does fall behind. So this gives us that peace of mind that at least once a week we get to sit down and discuss. Maybe even 2 times a week, and we just release them weekly. But
I think the other thing is, what is our purpose of this? Like, obviously that's come up in my questions with my business coach.
Business coach,
personal coach.
What is
bit of everything?
I think for me, I think it's about making us accountable for what we're doing.
Okay.
I think we've got to be proactive. We're a video company that
I'm going to write this in one of our disappearing books, but I'm writing it down.
We're a video agency that actually doesn't have time to produce a lot of videos for ourselves. This is a video that we can do every week. We can discuss about what we've been up to. It can be what takes over our blogs that we've been writing every week. I'd rather put the time into this than writing a blog necessarily, because ChatGPT has its limitations.
They turn around and go, write your own bloody blogs.
Yeah, stop using us, you lazy git.
But then, is it, I love a good multi-purpose video. Is it something that, well, I suppose no, it is going to replace the blog, isn't it? So then each week has to have a focus point, same as our blogs do.
Well, most of the blogs are about you being crazy, aren't they?
No, I just released that one twice.
But yes, there should be a focus, an overall theme to an episode of a podcast.
Yeah.
But is that going to be something that you and I discuss every week, or is it going to be that we get somebody in to discuss it with us every week, or is it a case that we go 2 or 3 weeks, we're talking about certain subjects, and then week 4 we get somebody who's talking about that subject we spoke about for the last 3 weeks?
Okay. Yeah, I got you. Well, I suppose it's that element of, we know, similar to other industries, like if you know something's coming up, we're going to focus our marketing around that thing. So yes, in that sense, is that you're only going to want to focus your marketing for 4 weeks, like the month leading up, and you'll start as a soft. So for argument's sake, I'm doing the Women in Business big show on the 10th of August. So come back to the 10th of July. From that week is going to be like a soft sort of, so this is what we've got coming up in a month's time. So we might be focusing and talking about networking or exhibitions. That's what we focus on.
So breaking that down, how would you move into that? How would you be talking about networking for us?
Well, it wouldn't be networking. That one would be exhibitions, wouldn't it? But
oh, sorry, yeah. Is it not a networking event as well? Or I feel there's a very close theme around networking and exhibitions. Like, you are there as a business exhibiting to network with other businesses. So I feel there's an element. I think when we done our
crossovers,
when we done our business vision, we did very fortunately become very focused on what we wanted to achieve, and we did achieve that goal beforehand and on the day. We just wanted to build our brand awareness, let people know who we are, let people see what we can do, but not necessarily force a sale there or then.
But similarly, I think it's about what we... So we went in, and the best piece of advice we would say we were given was, you're not there to sell.
You're there to have a conversation.
You're there to have a conversation, which is what networking is all about.
Yeah.
So in that sense, that's where that those two paths cross over.
Yeah.
And, whether we're going to give all our game secrets away, who knows? But this year we're planning to do a number of exhibitions with then the foresight that we're going to be doing them all again another whole hog again next year. So what we're looking to do is then book appointments whilst we're at the exhibitions because people attract people. So when we've got 3 people, we've said, come and meet us at 1, 10 past 1 and 20 past 1, and we've now got a stand that's got 3 people. Other people are going, oh, what's going on there? Or we've invited them people along and said, we're going to be doing a showcase on lighting at 1 o'clock. Come along, book in to make sure you're there to see that.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, that's going to attract people.
Yeah.
So, but we're doing that obviously, yes, to showcase and ultimately get our branding across, and talk our talents. However, we're going to then network with people when we're there.
Yeah.
Because the conversation will start.
Yeah.
So, exhibitioning. I don't think that's right. I like
it'll
exhibitioning.
attract a crowd. That will definitely attract a crowd.
Exhibitions.
Whether that crowd will stick around or run off, I don't know.
Excuse you, I've worked very hard on this body. We can't time our drinking at the same time.
Oh yeah, the one of us got to talk all the time.
Exhibitions and networking run parallel with their crossovers is how I would look at that.
Yeah.
And there are points when maybe that parallel is further away than other times, but again, there are those points when actually they run on top of each other.
Yeah. They're in sync with each other to achieve your goals. So going back, this is the conversation that I think we should really be having on.
This is our pilot show, like the one I went to see with Chris and Rosie Ramsey, and they never showed and never aired, even though I was clearly in shot and Chris spoke to me. But we're not going to.
Someone's bitter.
Yeah, I even googled it the other day. I still can't find it.
Yes, I think I heard that through the rumour mill that some people ruined it.
Shut up. We made that show.
I think Chris and Rosie made the show. You were just there. But anywho, talking about, going back to what I was saying is, this is very much not what the final product that I envision is going to be. But yeah, it's the product that we've got at the moment because we're not in our location that we need to be in. We can't come here because this isn't our space, it's your mum and dad's space, and they're on holiday, so we're kind of taking advantage of that. But what's the look that we'd want to achieve? Like, I agree, maybe having our backdrop, this is up because it's what was here. Just noticed all the wires are visible. But this is up because that's what's here, what we've got available to us, to kind of have that consistent message going. Mm-hmm. But after today, what would you envision this being?
I don't know if it's like, we obviously work at a desk a lot of the time, so it is us, but is it relaxed enough?
I feel because we're just sitting here having a coffee, like chatting, then yes, like it's a lot of a situation that we would find ourselves in. We'd find
True.
ourselves if we're meeting a client potentially at a coffee shop, a coffee shop, somewhere where you can.
Yeah, true. Because if we
get
were
a
sat on
drink.
a sofa, I would have curled up in a ball and
Yeah,
had all my legs up and.
and I'll be known for like manscaping and stuff like that. So
Okay, we'll keep to a table then. That's fine.
potentially keep to a
Structured table.
I might need to buy a table.
Let's get it out of the loft.
But then again, it all depends on the space that we've got. So
I don't like the idea of like. I like the fact that this is a weird like conversation. I feel like now, but I like that this is a homely table, and not a desk.
yeah,
Not like a white.
bit more inviting. Yeah, like so.
You know, our coffee mugs, which, like, to be fair, we've had a lot of coffee, and they do get washed every day.
Oh, you've just made a coffee, so
And now makes me go, need a branded mug.
but then I'd say the camera angle is probably slightly wrong. It's too high. It should be lower.
Do you think?
Yeah, it's level with my eyebrows. Looking at it, so it's too high. There's too much gap above here, so the shot isn't spot on. But yet, we're doing it because we have to do it.
I'm also in that element of going, like, I kind of want to talk there and there.
I think the advantage of having a podcast is that it is a conversation between 2, 3, 4, for how many people you've got on it. A lot when you're joining a conversation, even if you walk up to a group of people, they're not necessarily making eye contact with you. They're making eye contact with the person that they're talking with. So this can break down a bit. There's elements where we do talk to the camera, where we go, "Welcome to the show." Whatever this is called. Is it going to be called Your Video Team Podcast? Or is it going to be called something different?
I don't know. Yeah.
Your Coffee Podcast. What can it... these are all things that... This is all things that we don't yet know, but yet if we just wait to get it all spot on and done, it's never going to happen.
No. Go back to your Gary V and his first, because you love that example.
Yeah, his first video when he started Wine Library TV was he went out, bought a $400 camera, which was just sat on a tripod, and he went for it. And was it a great video? No, but it was a hell of a lot better than no video at all.
Yeah. And that's the thing. We've been talking about this for, well, since we started planning your video team, which was 3 years ago. And I've been on board now for
4 or 5 months. 5 months now.
Nearly completed my 5th month. Yeah.
Yeah, so that in itself is... And we always say we need to have this look, we need to have it. Yeah, okay, we do need to have a look. We are a video agency. We need to show that we know what we're talking about. But yeah, sometimes showing that just getting on with it and doing it is better than waiting for perfection.
The thing is, we pride ourselves on being approachable. Well, I feel like I want to feel approachable and that anyone could come and talk to us. And obviously we do have a clientele we are aiming for and things like that. Absolutely. But there are, and people will turn around and go, well, think of videography and immediately go, it's out of my price range. And they might be right. Like, I'm not going to like there are products. We've had meetings this week with businesses, with products and services that we've gone, I want that. I can't afford that. Like, there is that realism and realistic. However, what we will always do from our perspective is tell people how they can do it themselves.
Yeah.
So theoretically, we could film this on a phone. Nowadays, like we've said, phones are
probably be a lot easier with the lighting. But yeah, phones are great now, and I think we will potentially use them to create multiple angles of this. Because at the moment we've got this one angle. If we decide to focus on one person, we have to crop in, which reduces the quality of the final image. Although, can you tell when you're watching it on YouTube, but when you're watching it on a phone, when you're watching it somewhere other than a 25 to 55-inch TV screen? Probably not. But there are certain things that we can do that will help show that on a budget you can achieve your goals when it comes to video content. And we can help them with that either by providing service or teaching them how to use it.
Yeah.
And I guess that's really another thing that we want to achieve from here, is that we're not here to, well, like when we went to exhibit, we're not here to do the hard sell. We're here to show that we know what we're talking about, and people can have that confidence in us that we're not, don't say bullshit, that
we're not full of hot air. It's not.
Yeah.
We can talk the talk and walk the walk.
Yeah.
I like all those little expressions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not what I would say. But yeah, we're showing the path that, and I think that's something that we learned in the last few weeks, is that imposter syndrome does hold you back a hell of a lot. And when people are put in front of a camera and are talking to a camera, that imposter syndrome does kick in a hell of a lot. Go, do you know what I'm talking about?
And it affects anyone, like, of any level within a business. So we've done a number of videos recently, and actually what I would suggest, you correct me if you think I'm wrong.
Oh, I will.
Yeah. What I find with imposter syndrome is that if I'm not talking about my role and my job specifically, I can talk and praise and sing and I've got all the knowledge in the world, sort of thing. But when you ask me, okay, what is your role? I forget what my job is. I don't know how to explain it. And obviously it's different for us and small businesses because
there's so many roles to go with. Yeah.
When you've got 50 employees who can almost all talk about each other's roles, they've got the confidence there. They're like, well, you do this and you do that, and oh my god, you almost need to be talking about somebody else when you're talking, because we've met the CEO, we've met business owners, and they're their businesses, and we take all this away and we go, right, and we plan it and we go, right, what do you want to tell us? What's your purpose? What are you gonna, where do you want this video to go? How does your business differ from others? And they go, blah, 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 really comfortable. And we go, okay, record. And they go,
And business owners are probably the worst, because like us, it all starts from a thing where you go, I like doing this. I like doing this, and I want to do it for other people. I like doing videography. I like filming. I like editing. It's what I love to do. Even photography, I started off with that. It's what I wanted to do. I then started doing it for other people, and then it grew into a business. But I didn't know how to run a business.
And I think that's a major thing as well. Like, I've only met one business I'm going to be as bold to say, in the 10 years that we have had businesses, I've only met one business that has started from the beginning and sat and gone, this is the business I want to run. Okay, so now I need to make a business plan. Now I need to make a marketing strategy. And they're putting everything in place, and they've bought their domain, and they've taken ownership of their tags and all that, and they've started a business in the way you should start a business.
Yeah.
There is only one business in the 10 years of the hundreds and thousands of businesses that we've met and interacted with and collaborated with that has done that. Every other business has gone, I enjoy doing this, or I had an opportunity to do this, and sort of dabbled in it, started as a hobby or a sideline, and then it grew, and then it took over, and then they've gone, oh, I need to do a business plan, oh, I need to do a marketing strategy, and they've had that wobble.
And it's very much, a lot of people go, I started this, I was able to achieve this by myself or with a very small amount of help. When is the right time to relinquish control? When to pass certain jobs over? Because you're now an owner with a team of 5 people who you have selling your product or your service, doing that. But when do you market that business as, so as the owner, you're you're now the owner who's in charge of a team of 5, who's got to do HR, who's got to do marketing, who's got to do invoicing, who's got to do accounting, who's got to deal with 5 people's problems, who's got to deal with however many customers' problems, who's got to deal with every aspect of that. When do you start releasing control? And that's something that we're learning very quickly in the last few months, that there's certain elements that we need to be able to pass on. And
I think you discredit yourself a little bit. We knew that on this occasion, we knew that from the beginning of your video team.
Yeah.
On this time round, we're starting this brand.
Yeah.
Considering we've gone through a couple.
Yeah.
You know, and when we started your video team, we started right in, we thought about our name. We thought about where we wanted to be. We made a plan of it.
Yeah, we made a plan.
Then the world had slightly different plans. So we adapted, and that was, you did it, and I had to go and get an employment role.
Yeah.
And supported in that sense, which worked, you know, and it did work for the 18 months that I did that. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But so we started somewhat right, but as with anything that's yours, and with any, I would say, I wouldn't know a business owner who wouldn't feel this way of, at the point you have to bring in people, you have to relinquish some control. Yeah. And no one wants to relinquish control, because this is an extension of us. I don't want to call it their baby, but yeah, but it's an extension of your personality, your your pride, your ethos, your values. This is like our character. This is everything about us in a business form. And now I'm going to ask, we always say, Nina to come on board.
Embrace our values, embrace what we believe, what our ethos, and all that kind of stuff, and excel at them.
Yeah, and that's a huge ask of anybody, of any team member. Yeah. But however, and it's a big thing. And what I'd always say is, as a business owner and as a leader, is actually what you've got to do is go, this is where we sit. It's not about you fully integrating and embracing all of those and taking on. Is what are you going to add to that? Is more actually turning around and saying, what are you adding to that, and how can we now get your personality across whilst embracing what our business is? Because when we started your video team, we knew from the offset that we wanted to make a brand that was recognisable, not just across the UK, but internationally. We have huge ambitions for our brand.
Yeah.
But we will only be able to do that so long ourselves. So
even nationally, even nationally, it would be hard for us to achieve that with just me and you. No, yeah, but your video team is a brand, not a person. Like Ben Bryant Film and Photography was great to get me out there, but I couldn't expand beyond myself. I could have a second shoe, but I had to do every step.
Yeah.
Had to do the meetings, had to do the shooting, had to do the didn't have to do the editing, but I did do the editing because I developed my style. So
And it is hard even within a named brand to have that, because I'll go from lessons learnt is with the cleaning company we used to own, is that if it wasn't us cleaning, it wasn't good enough for our clients, because we set such a good standard that people only wanted us. So when we came to employing, it was really hard we only had 2 people that lived up to our expectations, not even ours, our customer client. So, and even within this, we have to very much set those boundaries very quickly of going, we're here, you will occasionally have us come and film, and I'm
but your job isn't to film.
My job isn't.
Your job is to get the
have coffee.
To communicate between the client and the crew. Yeah. But that's your balance, and you as one person, that's kind of all you can do. You can network, meet people, grow the business by increasing our clients list and stuff like that. But there's a limitation to how much you can do, and the reason that I brought you on board to join me on this, and is because I couldn't do those key things. I can film and edit, I can do that, but when I'm filming and editing, we're no longer growing.
No, and I think this is where, it feels like ages ago now, going right back to what you originally said, is at what point do you start handing over responsibility for those other jobs?
Yeah, jobs that
straight away.
Jobs that not interesting.
We still, if I don't know how honest you're gonna put this out there, and you're gonna edit this. So, but we still have made, I would say, mistake seems such a strong word.
But you learn from mistakes.
Yeah, but and is it a mistake? I think we have run in 2 feet first, like we love to do, and haven't taken into an account the budget of going, we need a VA, we need a bookkeeper, we need an accountant straight away. So we are having to do those now ourselves, but we are getting all those quotes and prices to go, okay, once we secure this job, that's the first thing we're doing now, because actually by us outsourcing that, I don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. I don't have the knowledge and expertise to do that. My knowledge and expertise is filming, is networking and conversation. So budget those in straight away. Do all the little bits that you can do, all the elements you can do them well, do them to the best, and outsource as quickly as you can.
Yeah.
And things like VAs, if you find the right VA, and I would say a VA agency.
It could just be...
Or multiple VAs.
Like, if you find the right one, then...
But it's finding ones that aren't expertise in everything. Because...
Very rarely are people experts
exactly
in
that.
everything. Yeah, we're not.
We're
we
not.
have marketing experts that we go to help build marketing plans for companies. We are a video agency that helps companies grow their video content, whether that be marketing, training, social media content, or public service announcements, case studies. Look, we help.
We can create incredible videos, but again, if it's just hearing you say a public service announcement, I will find an expert in a public service announcing and say, what is an industry standard? How do those announcements have to come across? What do they... You're doing a video at the moment for an Amazon product.
Yeah.
You could shoot an incredible video, stick it on Amazon, and Amazon go, nope.
No, there are certain guidelines.
There are guidelines and standards that Amazon need. And each industry will have all of those.
Yeah.
And push those boundaries Absolutely. That's what we personally bring to the table. We're not, we're the corporate industry, however, without a white collar.
Yeah.
That's what we are, as I keep being told, disruptors of our industry.
Yeah.
And we are about making other industries. We are about disrupting other industries through video content.
Yes.
So
with that in mind, what do we class as disruptive content? What do we class as disruptive videos? To me, there's a good old saying that is, better isn't better, different is.
you're making this up.
No.
Have you just Googled it?
No. Better isn't better, different is.
Okay.
So you don't need to improve the quality of your equipment necessarily. You don't need to have the best lighting. You don't need to have the best scenery. You don't need to have the best final product. What you need is to be different. Because that's how you stand out.
Yeah.
Putting your head above the parapet.
Mm-hmm.
Accountants are pencil pushing kind of people. I don't know if that's an offensive term. Is that offensive?
We apologise now if it's...
Accountants are known to be sat at a desk, typing away at a computer.
Yeah, with one of those...
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Just kind of tapping away, kind of living a job which they may enjoy, but a lot of people wouldn't. But if you had that accountant who is willing to go onto TikTok and start dancing away and improve the knowledge of what people are learning by being a bit silly, by being a bit more fun, by being a bit more diverse, then they're going to stand out a lot more than your normal accountant who, as video, just sits there with their suits, jackets and ties. And
I met a company the other day, and this is a free bit of unsolicited advice that I'll give to everybody, is that the one thing that everybody misses is personality. And actually that alone makes you different.
yeah.
So you haven't even got to go and find a TikTok video that you feel dead uncomfortable sitting in and dancing around to, because that's not your personality. And someone said to me the other day, I was talking to, I think it was a marketing agency. It was a marketing agency at an exhibition we visited. And he says, okay, so we want to put videos out there. And I said, oh, great. And he told me which videos he's got. And he's like, oh, we've got a product video and we've got this video. And I said, have you got to meet the team? And he went, no. And I went, so your team members haven't got individual videos to say, hi, I'm Rachel and I'm the account manager of your video team. And in my spare time, I love da 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 da. You're not turning this into, I wasn't doing that.
Hi, I'm Ben from your video team. I'm the videographer and owner of your video team.
Yeah, and he said, no. He says, no, but I need that. And I said, you need that, but you need to add personality. Like, so mine would then say, I'm a huge Disney fan. Of that, you cannot beat Toy Story. And talk about go down to the detail that embarrassing myself now, and there is an element of that, but it doesn't embarrass me, so actually I don't really care. But it is opening up that much and being that, like, I have original or certificated Disney figurines that are still boxed, never been opened, are currently wrapped and very delicately put in our loft for storage. They have been on display in multiple houses, and now obviously because of where we but that's it. And because he mentioned
They should be out.
they should be out.
No, I mean like out of the box.
No, they should.
They should be played with.
No, they shouldn't. No.
That's like me buying a load of Lego and just leaving it.
It's not the same, because mine have lovely windows that you can observe them. That's Legos in a box. And so, no, I don't agree with that one. But he turned around and he says, oh, what? So someone likes bird watching? And I went, And I said, yeah, if someone likes bird watching, twitching, because I was like, I know their name. I said, if you're a twitcher, I said, look, I couldn't have that conversation with you. I said, but Ben, I said, he's not an extensive twitcher. However, he could probably name a few birds. I couldn't tell you the difference between a crow and a blackbird. He would be able to go blah, 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 and tell you the difference between those things. Don't do it.
No, I couldn't. I'm cool. Blackbirds have yellow beaks, they're small, and they're black all over. Females, however, are brown all over with a brown beak.
But it also doesn't interest me in the slightest.
And almost about 30 centimetres
and
tall.
what really frustrates me about it is that didn't come out until afterwards said I do. It's like you lured me in with I'm cool and sexy, and then went, and I'm a nerd. I apologise to any twitchers out there. They're not like that. I'm sorry. But
Bill Bailey is our king.
But that sort of thing, I was like, you'll get someone who's a twitcher and might not be interested in marketing right now, but knows that they could probably, all men, they could probably comment on that post or that video or just get in touch and be like, oh my God, how much, da da da. Yeah. And all of a sudden you've got a conversation, and then when they do talk about marketing or in their business they think about marketing, they go, oh, I know the exact person to go speak to.
Yeah, your personality is what's selling you. It's not your product. It's not your service. It's not anything but your personality. Your product has probably, or your service is being sold by 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 other people. What people are buying from you is
you.
Is you as a person.
You're waiting for a dramatic pause and I invited in. Sorry. It's you. I know this
one. I'll just edit the sound out and just be like. But yeah, they're looking to buy from a person that they can feel something from.
They can trust in.
Well, it's not even trust. It's just I like that person because they like what I like.
Yeah.
At the exhibition, people came to our stand because we had Lego out, and they come over going, I like Lego, that's cool Lego. I want to play with your Lego. And then the conversation went, what do you do?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, the conversation did go, no, it's built, you don't touch this Lego.
It's for display purpose only.
It's display purpose. The anxiety of bringing it alone was high enough, but yes.
Yeah. But from that, it then goes into, what do you do? And normally we say we're architects because it said our company name is Your Video Team.
And someone did once.
Someone did believe me. I was like, oh wow, that's great. I was like, no, we're a video agency, but no, that's neither here nor there. So am I boring you? Am I boring?
Heard this story.
People liked us because they saw Lego. They can connect with that. They can see that we're a bit different, because how many video agencies do you see where it's bright colours on their logo? It's a black background with white text, or white background with black text. And
you almost went there.
I did almost go there, and for a period of time I was thinking, I mean, I still had colour in it, but I didn't go for all these bright colours. I went for a teal and an orange, and that was kind of it, or maybe just the white text, and that was just making me the same as everyone else. And since Rachel came on board, helps embrace the bright and colourful, and it helps us stand out and be different and get seen. People know who we are, and there are so many people now who just know we're here and know we exist.
Yeah. We went to the exhibition on Wednesday the 10th
of May. Yeah.
Of May. Oh yeah, Wednesday the 10th of May 2023. So we did the exhibition on the Wednesday. The following Monday, I went to a networking event, and whilst there, and obviously all branded and logoed up, and I approached a couple of people just to get chatting and was like, hi, and they were like, I know you, and that you have that moment of going, oh no, I don't know you. And this is a feeling I often get, to be fair, so it was a fair one, and I had later on as well, didn't I? But yeah, and I thought, oh no, I don't know these people and I don't know why. And it's really embarrassing because, and they was like, I know that brand, I know that. And I was like, okay, right. And they were like, were you at Business Vision last week? And I went, yeah, we were. Oh my God, I loved your stand. It was so bright, so big, so, and they didn't necessarily know what we did, but they had that earwig, that twitch of going, I know you.
Yeah, I know you. And that's phase one. And that shows that what we went to do at that exhibit is worked. And I think we've just gone full circle there.
Yeah.
I think getting our name, the reason why we're starting this podcast is to, same thing, get our name out there, get us seen, get us heard.
Oh, no.
Get our name out there, get us seen, get people aware of what we do and who we are, and show them that video content isn't scary, because it isn't.
Yeah, and going back to what is it that sells your personality? Like, we could have.
The problem is,
this is our personality. Like, so if you don't want to laugh, if you don't want to have fun, if you don't want to cry with laughter, if you don't want to show your flaws, because I'm sure Ben will make a whole reel of me fudging everything that I've done, then you're right. We are not the marketing. We are not the video agency for you. If you are after this is this and this is this and this is and cut and then no, we're not. And when we say we're going to be filming with you for 4 hours, probably expect us to be there maybe a couple of hours extra, because we're going to be having so much fun and laugh. We're always first to arrive and last to leave. Like, we literally.
Well, yeah, that's what a film crew does.
We literally, like, from the wedding, back in the wedding days, we were obviously always first to arrive, because you have to be ready to get everybody getting ready for their wedding. But we would also then film all the way through to the first dance. That was our agreement with our brides and grooms, wasn't it? Always up to the first dance. However, at the point the cameras are still set up on the dance floor and you're now featuring in most of the dance moves, we know that we've done a good job.
They need to know how to do the cha-cha slide and the Macarena and Saturday Night Fever.
At the point the venue have got the last 4 people there are the bridegroom and the 2 videographers, and the venue are saying, please leave now. We feel a part of, like, we are an extension of your team. That is our name. And that reflected more recently when we went and did that filming for, I don't want to name anyone, when we went and did filming for a day, and we said, yeah, we'll be there from 9. You've got us for the day. And they went, what's that? What time's that? And we went, and you've got us for the day. Like, we're not going to put that pressure on you, because the pressure is only put on by you. So if you say, well, we all walk out this office at 5 o'clock. Okay, good. We want to know that.
You better know what you're saying then.
Yeah, we want to know that, because we do have a deadline to work to. But similarly, like, when they all packed up and left at 5, and obviously we were in a 24-hour workspace, we went, okay, we're going to film right up till 5, then all your people are going to leave, and then we will leave.
Yeah.
There is no, it's not like we had to be out the office by 5.
No.
And it's that I think, if that.
And there's her final tangent.
That tangent was there earlier. You now need to edit it. You need to edit it and put it back where it was.
In this one video.
You need to edit it
but
and put it back in the conversation that I had.
My coffee's run out. I think we should stop.
For continuity purposes, you still have to just sip off the top, because we've run out of milk.
Need to go get some milk, get some lunch, and get going. I don't know if it's lunchtime.
No, it's 10:20.
I'm so hungry. I might smell your bits. So that's all, folks.